I just finished my flight of a 4-day trip, and I think this might be my last time here on the ERJ, so I don't know how to feel about it. It feels kind of weird. Look at it. Such a nice plane. I actually really like this plane. I've had a lot of fun on it. I don't know how to feel about the fact that this actually might be my last time on this plane. And sure enough, that was the last time I was on the plane. It'll always hold a special place in my heart. It was an amazing plane, and honestly, I've learned a lot and I've grown so much on it. Regional flight attending was a very short experience. I feel like the 3 to 4 months that I was working as one was very short-lived. I originally wanted to stay longer, but it was time to take the big step. I feel like if I wanted to make flight attending my career, I needed to continue this journey at a mainline. And so I did apply to some, and now I start training the 19th. As of today, I'm officially unemployed. No more KCM, no more single flight attending, and no more small galley, at least not for a while. So I've officially resigned from the current airline that I was working for, and now I'm back home. It feels kind of weird because I've been home for about a week now, and I'm gonna be here for another 2 weeks. And I'm usually not home for that long. I'm usually just in and out of California in general. So it's a little strange being back home for quite a while now. It's been like 3 to 4 months since I've been kind of like getting used to this like up and down, like in and out of my house and stuff. So it's good to be home for a little bit. Definitely feels good, and I feel like I kind of like needed something like this, especially before going out to like another training. I've already mailed all the stuff that the company provided to me, everything that really makes you a flight attendant, like your flight attendant manual, all my badges, like my KCM badges, and like the extra phone that they gave me. I got to keep my uniform and my wings, so that's gonna be like a little souvenir of the company that I'm gonna be able to keep. So now I'm just waiting. Let me tell you, it's been quite a long process. I had to go through some like drug screening. I had to go through a background check, and that took a while. And now they just emailed me that I need to take a vision and hearing test. So it's been quite a process. I'm waiting for my training to come up, which is the 19th, and I'm gonna be going back to Houston. We love Houston. But yeah, like I said, it's good to be back home for a little bit. I'm definitely gonna be, you know, like settling down, getting mentally prepared for my training, and just getting things situated back at home so that when the day comes for my training, I'm just ready to go. I hear that it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a tough training. It's gonna be about 6 weeks, and I know that I'm going in there with everything that I got. Definitely failure is not an option. And this time I'm gonna just, you know, focus on my studying and on the work. I'm not really thinking about going out or like, you know, being too social, just because I really want to knock this out and really just kind of like get to mainline. I don't want to have any type of delays. I don't want to go back to the training and like come back home because I failed or something. So I'm really going in with confidence and just kind of like getting ready to knock it out. And it's tough because I hear that it's going to be a challenge, and on top of that, we have 2 options for classes. We have a morning class that's like at 6 in the morning and ends at 5 p.m. and we have an afternoon class or an evening class that starts at 5 and finishes at 4. So those are 2 very tough options because I either want to start my day by 6 a.m. or finish my day by like 4 a.m. Either way, it's either, you know, wake up at like 4 to be ready by 6, or come home by 4 and sleep by like 5. So I haven't figured that out. I'm not really a morning person. I know the last training that I had, I was really struggling with like waking up early and staying awake during my classes. So I'm leaning towards, you know, starting at an evening class, but I'm quite not sure yet. I might just gamble it, flip a coin. But I think I might do evenings. I don't know yet. If you know anything about that, please let me know, so that way I can know whether evenings is a little bit better than the mornings or whatever. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that overall, you know, being a flight attendant at a regional has been quite the experience. I've had a lot of fun. And I feel like if you want to be a flight attendant, starting at a regional is kind of like a really good option, just because you're learning things and kind of like assimilating yourself to the flight attendant lifestyle at a different pace and in a different environment compared to a mainline. I know all regionals are different. Mine only managed like one plane, the 145. And I know some other regionals kind of like use other planes and stuff. But definitely I think regionals are a bit of a slower pace compared to mainlines. Mainlines are on a bigger scale. They're both really good options. If you already applied at a mainline and you're already going through the process, definitely stick to a mainline. You know, I feel like long term they're both good. It's really just up to you. There's nothing wrong with staying at a regional for the long term. For example, at the company that I was with, I built up my seniority pretty fast. You know, by the 3rd month I was already building my schedule the way I wanted to build it, and I had like no issues with that. So that was something that I really appreciated and I'm gonna miss, because I know at a mainlines it's gonna be completely different. I hear I might be sitting on reserve for like maybe years. Who knows what happens? Who knows? It all depends on the basis. And yeah, don't be afraid to, you know, try out regionals for a little bit. I'm not really talking down on them. I think they're a really great option and it's a really great fun experience. I feel like I didn't fully experience the regional flight attendant experience till its fullest. It was very short-lived. Like I mentioned before, I was there for like 3 to 4 months and everything was just always like something new, right? I never got to the point where I knew everything about like all the overnights, or I met all the pilots, or I kind of like saw familiar faces. Every single trip that I took was always like a new experience. New overnight, I was doing a new turn, I was going to like new cities, new states. I was always just learning as things went, and I was always kind of like having a new experience. So I kind of wish I would have stayed a little bit longer. My original plan was to do that. I was gonna stay there for about 6 months up to a year, just so I could get like the full experience, you know, like kind of like just get situated with the company and like just the flight attending in general. But a lot of experienced flight attendants would always just tell me like, hey, if you want to take flight attending serious, you should probably go and look into a mainline, so that way you could start building your seniority. And after doing my own research, it made total sense to start applying at mainlines and kind of like get my process started, just because building seniority at a mainline is a lot different than building seniority at the company that I was at. So definitely ready for the next big step. Definitely excited, nervous, happy, sad, all of the above, because I'm starting a new journey, but I'm also leaving things behind. I'll definitely miss the 145. It was an amazing plane, like I've mentioned before, and it just feels a little bit like, I don't know, it feels like I'm letting go of something that I kind of like started this whole journey with. So it's gonna be fun and I'm excited. And yeah, I wanted to come on here and just update you guys on how things are going. I'm getting ready to go to my training, and I wanted to let you guys know that I will be uploading twice a week. I might sneak in a 3rd video per week, but I'll for sure be doing 2 videos a week. So thank you for being patient. I really appreciate every one of you guys. If you made it this far, as always, I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm gonna try not to go into too much detail about like the whole training stuff, just because I don't want to get in trouble, but depending on what your question is, I'll for sure be able to answer. So just let me know anything in the comments. If you like the content, please leave a like. I really appreciate it and it helps the videos. And if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. I have a couple vlogs that I'm gonna be uploading this week. I'm not gonna be flying for quite a while now, so the in-flight videos are gonna be a little bit delayed, but I have some old footage that I'll be uploading for you guys, so definitely stay tuned for that. And yeah, overall, I just appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are amazing, and I'll catch you guys later.